One camera better. So, I think what was getting my chuck is normally when I'm using it as a drill, not as a sander, is the pressure one keeps it in. The other problem I'm running into is if I'm moving laterally back and forth like this, loosening the chuck up top. Out of all the 200 gourds I've done this way, I don't know why I'm just having issues now. I did just give it a good cleaning on the chuck, but the lateral movements, you're not going up and down, you're going, side to side, back and forth, can cause the chuck to fall out. So it just means I'm going to have to be a little more careful on when I'm working this. I can't go back and forth like this. I just have to go up and down and keep a little pressure. So go figure. Lesson learned. So let's get going again. Have some fun. Also, I won't be as hard on it. I'll be a lot lighter, let the sander ball do more of the work. Let the tools do the work for me. Down. You can cradle it. A little upward motion. Down. It's very light. Let the momentum, the RPMs do their job. There we go. And not push. So I was pushing, which is what I think caused my chuck to fall out. Plus, it also could be the heat too. Things are warming up a lot faster. 107 degrees outside. Don't know what it is inside right now here in the garage. Thankfully, between the fan and the portable AC unit right behind me, which vents out the garage door, I'm able to stay somewhat cool. So yeah, that's doing a really good job. This one's almost too tall to get up on the drill press, or on the sander ball completely. So, adjust this just a little. There we go. This is pretty good. All the stuff inside. Shake it out a little. Ah, that one has a good separation of the skin right there. You can almost see it. Right there. That's the skin I have to break off. So normally I could just use a screwdriver. Nope. That one's pretty good. So yep, here we go. Like I said, it was the lateral movements this way that most likely caused my chuck to fall off. So I want to be able to keep a little upward pressure on it so it reseats itself. And not put too much pressure on it and knock the chuck out. So I'm barely holding it, just a very light, almost very light grasp. So welcome back, viewer. Go ahead, if that's your same person, sorry I had to cut it short a minute ago. I was trying to figure out why my chuck was falling out up here. Hold on, adjust that tripod it's on. There we go. Like I said, I'll get this on an arm, make it a little easier to see what I'm doing. Right now it's just on a little 3-point tripod. But yeah, I can't push back and forth like this or I knock my chuck out. So I just need to let the sander ball do its job and just go up and down ever so lightly, because there's vibrations that are happening, and that's what knocks the chuck out. So the cleaner I get these at this stage, the less time it takes to less I have to soak them longer and do maybe 2 or 3 soaking to loosen everything. But my goal is not to have any of my drinking gourds come back unless you're coming by the shop to look at them. And hold on, little there we go. Put that down. Little scope camera. As you can start. Sorry, that's a little piece I missed. There we go. As you can see, still some in the bottom. I'll shake out. See all the dust still coming out. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. Okay. So here we go. That's some of the seeds, some of the stuff I've been sanding. There we go. We'll turn that. We've got a good piece that popped out there. Light circling motion with an upward push to keep the chuck in place. But now I know I'm looking for, I do see when I'm doing this, the chuck does move ever so slightly. Drill presses are meant to press downward like this, not side to side, so I'll see. Most likely I'll just probably end up, have to get a setup for my drill so I can have one of my drills like this, or see what other tools they make that this would work better with. For this kind of function, instead of a press, I mean, I'm almost wondering if I can get something that goes the other way and up and in. That way, I'm not pulling down, I'm pushing down. So, I'll have to look at, yay for the internet, I can find all different types of tools. Yep, you can hear it, making the contact of the bare gourd. And then, oh wow. Woo! Look at all that. Adjust my fan a little so I'm not blowing that everywhere. So there's actually a piece still, oh, there it is. Big chunk of gourd material right there. There we are. So set some of the stuff inside the gourd. How's that for crazy? And it's just a like wood almost. Go up here. This one's not as bad. As you can see, some That's pretty clean to start with. See, it doesn't take as much to sand them out. Well, some are extremely dirty. It's pretty crazy. I can't tell you, sometimes can't tell you either way what way it will be. I usually keep the table out so I can, that way I don't move forward without looking and hit the drill press. Place to walk my legs off onto, as you can see. Nice, like I said, do not push hard or you'll drop, your chuck could fly out, like what's happened to me. Funny, once you Google it, search the internet, they actually talk about it, that the lateral movements can cause that. Go figure. Up and down, nice and steady. Sands out the inside, gets it smooth but still rough. That way the resin will stick to it. Pretty much, I'll probably, like I said, in between working on gourds, like I said, maybe not tonight, a little hot. Tomorrow, because I tried to take a break after doing this for a little while. Tomorrow I will actually cut one open, use a hacksaw, since I don't have a bandsaw yet. I'm going to cut the bottom off right here, and then sand it out, sand out, the goblet part, the bowl part, blow it out, and then actually resin it to, maybe tomorrow night. That way, I can show you from start to finish. Like I said, the bottle gourds, the drinking gourds take a little more to make because I have to clean them out, and I can't see everything inside of it. Even with some of the other tools I use, it takes a little extra time with some soaking to loosen up the inside. Very light pressure on it. Yep. Very light pressure. I'm barely holding it, as you see. So I don't cause any lateral movements on my chuck to knock it out. At the bottom, that's going to break up more of the skin inside. That sounds pretty good. Take up more of the skin, the piece in the bottom, I'll shake it out. And then when I use the hose, just spray water inside, and a lot of the extra stuff comes out. And then I soak it for 24 hours, spray it out again, look inside all of them, see what's left. And if I need to, I'll soak it for another 48 hours to free up more of the inside. Like I said, on my other streams, I talked about how I used to clean them. 6 weeks in a 55-gallon plastic drum, like 20, as many as I could fit in the drum, all underwater. It would cause all that material you see coming out to basically rot and emulsify. Downside, I couldn't work on them in the winter because it was too cold, so there was no chemical reaction. Also, it takes some extra water to do that, and I'm trying to be conservative of my water usage given the drought we're in. Okay, so here we go. Get ready. Look at all that. That's just the dust of the inside coming out. That one's not as bad. You can see why I wear the mask. All that dust. I still have a hanging piece down there. I want to get that so I don't have to deal with it later. Yep, tilts about right there. So like I said, once I start making the goblets and bowls, I'm going to take it from the bandsaw to the drill press for sanding it. So drill, bandsaw to cut it, drill press to sand it, and then right to the table next to my right over here to resin it all in one day. Now, I still put 3 to 4 coats of resin on the bowls and goblets, but it lets you see it from start to finish in hopefully less than an hour, if even that. There we go. A little more coming out, but I will run that down on the hose to free out more of the inside. So like I said, dirty, dirty gourds. So not a dirty, dirty job, just dirty, dirty gourds and lots of dust. So I got the fan blowing that way towards an air filter, one of the shop air filters, to get the air circulating around to keep as much dust as I can down. Because if I open the garage door, it's 107 out with a heat index of what, 115? It's hot. So I'd rather be working in here in, like 95, 98 degree weather. Now when I'm working with the water, I'll go outside, like nice thing when I'm using the hose, that water can just hit me and it feels really nice. As you can see, and then all the stuff that comes out, actually, have to shake it some so it goes a little fast, so I can actually, here there's more in the bottom, so I'll do this, work on the bottom, the neck area right here. Like I said, the water and soaking it helps me get the gourds here, where I can't hit them with the sander ball as easily. I do have scrapers I can use, rocks if I need to shake it out more and tumble it by hand and shake it by hand. So it is, it's a lot to do these. That's why we don't see them as often. I mean, they're big in other countries. Hawaii has their IPA drums, their gourd drums. Africa, I see some people are like, oh, they're like, it's from the old country. I was like, whoa, which is like from Europe. And a tamale vendor that usually used to come by a lot, that he's like, he recognized the drinking gourds, and they use them in Mexico. I mean, I use one almost every day when I'm not using my metal cup mug, because when I resin them, they just work. I mean, if I have a design, if I have a defect, yes, I'll warranty it, figure out what went wrong and make sure it doesn't happen again. It's like any craft, you learn. Like I said, this one is very hands-on. They track gourds back to 10,000 BC and older, so who knows how long people have been using this. I mean, it's one of these, you go to a cavern and you're like, well, Pete, they go to like Longhorn Cavern in Texas, realizing that, prehistoric people might have actually used the cavern. Stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy to think, history. I mean, I know they didn't use a drill press like I do. They use scrapers and soaking them in water. Stuff like that, but it's still, these grow within about less than a year, and then they take a little longer to dry and then get cleaned on the outside, but I mean, they grow faster than a tree. That's why I love working on them, IT by day, or in between during the day, and work on gourds otherwise. I do plan on trying to make some gourd drums where I cut off the top, this part right here and down here, on some that have more of a neck for a drum neck, and put a drum, one of the covers on them. I need to actually look at whatever it's called, the drum diaphragm, and see how it sounds. So I'd love to walk around some of the bigger fairs if I'm not there vendoring, and just be like, gourd drum I can play on, a bowl I can drink it, put my soup in, a goblet I can drink from, or even one of the bottle gourds I can, refill my goblet from. All the fun stuff. I like everything that looks organic, because it is. It grows. There we go. So I need to shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Shortly. Yeah, you can see all the dust. Hard to get a good view down there. But there's going to be a lot of dust that comes out of this one, so here we go. Look at all that. That's all the stuff I loosened up on the inside. Need to actually get a Pyrex and empty it out into the Pyrex so you can actually see what comes out. But that's all the stuff. Hold on. There it is. We got a piece in there, not wanting to come out. Get the drill press quick rest while I grab that out. There we go. Whoop. Look at that. Use the screwdriver to work it out. Either my fingers. So that's the kind of stuff I have to clean out. Otherwise, they do not resin well. And if one's not resined or beeswaxed correctly, I don't do beeswax, but if you ever get a drinking gourd like this and it's bitter, it means that your liquid is touching bare gourd, and it's bittering it. It can bitter a Dr. Pepper in less than a minute. A quick little break here. Stay hydrated, Yeah, my Portacable drill press serves me well. My streaming computer, which is an Optiplex 3040 for outdoor streaming, because it's really just cute and small. Oh, hold on. That's not going right. There we go. That's my little Dell Optiplex 3040. A little wireless connection. 6 USB ports, so I can hook up all the cameras. So, it has a little trouble encoding. There's been some frame drops, it says, which, because I'm not gaming, it's somewhat okay. My gaming PC, on the other hand, is an AMD Ryzen 7, so it does a really nice job. Okay, let's get going again. So a lot of doing the Twitch streaming is just let people see what I'm doing, and then I send it to YouTube. It's just so I can look back and go, wow, that's what it takes to make these. And like I said, yeah, that one has the full membrane inside. You hear it hitting the membrane and going through, and then take a little break from the gloves. There we go. Check. Let's see. So temperature is 108 degrees outside here in Texas, with a 116-degree heat index. Woohoo! I am happy that the inside AC or the portable AC unit says it is potentially. I only run it when I'm out here. Oh, 95 degrees. Which grew up in Texas since I lived here for a long time. So the heat doesn't really get to me as much. I mean, I'll get tired later, like anyone, but I'm used to working out in it. Hot warehouses, mowing the yard, working on gourds. Like I said, I'll get the other camera down here, mount it onto an arm. I have the arm, it just is too small for my table out here. So I have to get a piece of wood, and I have a C-clamp I can lock down onto the table. Then I'll be able to get the arm back up so you can actually see, like at this angle, into it. Really wish there was a way. I was hoping this one up here would get a better angle down there, but it's hard to get the exposure just right on the light. Like I said, just really light, not a hard push, otherwise I'll pop the chuck out again. Down. Get the neck area right here. I can hear it hitting the bottom on this side. So I try to work on it as much as I can. So I'm getting the side right here. But with the more of it I break up, the less chance I have of leftover gourd material inside. This one's almost too tall for the bit. So this one's gonna rely more on using the water. So what I'll do is I won't shake these out as much, so I keep going. Is I end up using the hose to push a lot out, less dust. So this one, the reason there's a little hole in the middle is for my whole bit I use to cut these open. But yeah, later this week, I'll get outside with the hose, use the hose water pressure to push as much of the stuff from the inside out as I can for the gourd. Let them soak for 24 hours. Check them again. If they're not as clean as I'd like them, soak them for 48 with just water sitting in them. Yeah, I think you can see it a little. Like I said, rinse and repeat. I might stream a little course later around 7 if I don't, because it's so hot. Sometimes we'll take a break in between working out in the garage. I might stream some Stray later. I have the game. It looks really fun, but everyone's streaming it, so. But yeah, the Kapworth 2D adventure type game sandbox. What I streamed the other night, if you check my previous videos. Like I said, I might stream that tonight, but my wife and I are rewatching Bleach from the beginning because in October they're releasing the final arc animated. And from what I've read, it might be a original story, like they're changing up how the final arc went. So if that's the case, that's going to be awesome. And seeing Bleach in 4K, oh, it's pretty. As you can see, sanding it out. Still got more in the bottom to deal with. But that's what I try to break up. Yeah, this one's going to take a soaking because I can't get to the bottom with it. And until I finish making that other extension so it works better and doesn't go wobble, 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 I can only go so far with these. Like I said, I'm going to be a little lighter on shaking these out. That way I can let the hose do more of the work. As you can see, that is what I'm having to sand down and sand out. I'll probably do is another 30 minutes of this if nothing from work comes up. Another 30 minutes of this. That way I can stop, let the drill press rest. I try not to run it more than an hour at a time. I don't need to burn my motor out. Oh yeah, this one is a dirty one. Yeah. Wow. So when I used to use the soaking method only in the barrels, stuff like this would take a lot longer. And as a Ren Fair artisan, and even an Etsy, as I get them up on Etsy, an Etsy artisan crafters, I can't, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, that'd take too long to get somebody a drinking gourd. So I'd like to get it down to where it takes me less than 2 weeks. As you can see, all handcrafted, even where they're grown by Wellburn Gourds. They go out, you can check their website, they even talk about how they grow the gourds. They go out and rotate them. That's why all these sit pretty flat. That's what's so nice about their bottle gourds. They're not like leading this way, that way, or wobbly. And there we go again. So yeah, I just think it's just too hot. So, or I'm just finally wearing this down. So I might need to get a new chuck, but just one of those days. But the drill press is what, 2 years old now, I think. So it's gone through a lot. I just think, honestly, I think it's the heat. So I'm just going to stop for now and let this take a break. So get in and give this a good cleaning on the chuck. Make sure there's no grease up on it. Like I said, because I'm not, any lateral movements can drop it like that, but it is looking like it's wearing some, so it's not making a good seal. Yeah, so I'm gonna go read up on this a little more, make sure, if I just need to clean it better, clean up on the inside up there. So I'm gonna call it a little early, but there we go. Got what, 2, 4, 6, about 8 done today. It's always good to keep going, make sure I stay moving. But thank you for watching me again. So I might be back on later to play Kerplurth. Otherwise, should be on tomorrow evening. But I'm going to take some time to give this a good cleaning up right up in there, where the chuck goes. Make sure that my chuck's just not wearing out and I just need to get a new one. Might be the case. So you'll have a good day.